Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. It's episode number 40, and today we've got two massive games with Brescia as you face Lazio in the quarterfinal of the Tim Cup, and then Juventus at home in a massive battle for Champions League football. Before we get to the games though, shall Brescia be getting on off camera, and also show you two new signings to the club as well. Let's get to that first. So of course in the last episode when the takeover went through, you saw our bank balance rise to just over £100 million and our transfer budget rise to just under £40 million. I discussed the possibility of bringing new players in, and I talked about it. To me, what was more important was keeping the core of the players here, not bringing in big names on expensive contracts, but instead developing young players. But I thought we could still sign some players with the money we had and sign young players instead, and that's what we opted to do as well. As you can see, two boys coming in from Inter Milan. I briefly showed you one of them in the last episode, Alex Gavoni, who I must say I'm a big fan of. Looks very good indeed. This is a 19-year-old central midfielder. Sadly, we signed him too late for him to become homegrown and train at the club, but he's got some absolutely excellent stats here. You know, physically, good agility and good balance. Very handy stats on a central midfielder with 14 for stamina and 13 natural fitness. Not bad either. Mentally as well, 18 determination, 17 teamwork. You love to see it, with 15 vision, 15 flair, and 15 decisions too. Very crucial on a playmaker in this team. And technically as well, already 14 first touch, 16 passing and 15 technique, and a cheeky little bonus there of 15 long shots and 14 free kicks is very nice as well. So as a deep line playmaker or an advanced playmaker in this team, he's got some really good stats early. Now I must say, as a long-term successor for Matteo Viviani, he looks very good indeed. So he was our first signing, and also signed another player as well, Daniel Triuzzi. This is a young left winger in this team, and I talked about before, we haven't got many left footers in this team that can operate as inside forwards on the right. So whilst you only got 9 finishing, in the future perhaps with 14 for flair and 11 dribbling and 13 technique, we could possibly convert him to play out there. But for now, he's a left winger that's signed, and again, combined for the two of them, we spent around 15 mil, around that, yeah, around 15 to 16 million pounds for two really good young players. So yeah, two boys in from Inter. We've had some good success with Inter Milan players for Parola and Salcedo, and Esposito as well. We'll see how these two guys get on over time. Now, as for the run off camera, of course, in the last episode, you saw our defeat to Atalanta after a great fight back towards the end. Couldn't find a point, and then a 0-0 draw at home to league leaders Roma. 4 games off camera, 2 in the Serie A and 2 in Cups. And as you can see, 2 wins and 2 defeats in what has been a very inconsistent season for Brescia. That continues to start January off. We're going to have a 1-0 victory against Frosinone in the Tim Cup first round, put us into the quarterfinals, where we'll be playing Lazio today. Sebastiano Esposito scoring the only goal of the game in this one in a 1-0 victory. And then we went to Saudi Arabia, jetted off to Saudi Arabia for this Super Coppa final, Super Coppa Tim final, and we lost to Juventus by a goal to 0. You see my lineup here. I fielded a much changed and weakened lineup because this game was sandwiched in between 2 more important games in the Tim Cup and the Serie A. The board don't care about the Super Coppa, and neither do I. Couldn't care one bit. So we lost by a goal to 0. Renan Lodi scored a lovely effort from Juve in a 1-0 defeat. Before that, we did bounce back, and again, that's why I decided to field a rotated side on the weekend in Saudi Arabia. So the boys will be fit, fresh, and raring to go for a much bigger game against Genoa right now in the relegation zone, and we thrashed them by 5 goals to 0. Eddie Salcedo scoring just for the second time this season, I think, connecting with an Emerson through ball. Always nice to see Eddie get a goal. Last season turned from 0 to hero, but this year back to his old inconsistent self. He made it 1-0. His bro Sebastiano made it 2-0, and Arthur Storaro made it 3-0 right before the half an hour mark. What a strike it was by the veteran. Franchi made it 4 late on, and Nicolo Armini, the vice captain, made it 5 in stoppage time, heading in a free kick. And our final game off camera was a 2-1 loss to Milan de Rigamonti in the Serie A. Milan have really picked themselves up after a catastrophic start. Now they're in the top half and pushing for a European place. We fell 2 goals down inside the first quarter of an hour. First Suso, and then Rafael Leao slotting home a 1-on-1 made it 2-0. Salcedo got his second goal in 2 games right before the break, smacking one in, making it 2-1. But sadly, it was just a consolation goal in a very disappointing defeat. So in the Serie A right now, as you can see on the back of that loss there, we are still outside the Champions League spaces, officially halfway through the season. It's Roma's title. I've been saying that for a while. You know, we've known this for a long time now. Even though we're only halfway through the season, it's Roma's title. They're still undefeated, 16 wins in 19 games. I'm proud of the fact that we're one of the 3 teams to take points off them this season, but it's their title. No one's going to catch them. They're in the race to the top 4 right now. Lazio, Inter and Juve are only separated by the point, and from Lazio to Atalanta, just 4 points separating 6th from 2nd. It's very, very tight. I feel confident no matter what, we'll be in a European competition of some point next season, but I'm hoping it'll be Champions League. It looks more likely to be Europa League, and the worst case scenario is Europa Conference League. But keep your eyes on Milan. They have come from absolutely nowhere to put the pressure on the teams above them right now. Fair play for the comeback. And I don't think there's anything else to show you in the run of cameras. Let's dive into it then. The first of the 2 games, Lazio in the Team Cup quarterfinal. Never made it past this stage before in the series. Never beaten Lazio in the save so far. So if there was ever a time to do it, it's today. But the game on Saturday is far more important to me. Juve at home, only 2 points behind them in the race to the top 4. That's more important to me. Keeping Champions League football at Rigamonti is far more important than getting into the Team Cup semi-finals. Right now, in the injury report, Mojir is still down from that long-term injury with a sprained knee ligaments. Real blow. We are missing him big time, man. His energy is infectious in this team. And Papetti is down with a slight knock as well. Everyone else is fine, and this is our team. It's the 4-1-2-3 gegenpress as we stick with it, despite a little bit of shaky run of form. Molly's in goal. Back for is Muri, Sistana, Armenian Barbieri, with Sisto, Bisoli, and the new man Gavoni through the middle of the park. Salcedo and Del Monte, the inside forwards, Esposito up top, and on the bench Ordere, Parola Bonifazi, Emerson, De Paoli, Storaro, Viviani, Zaccagni, Picardi, Franchi, Borelli, and Patagna as well. First of 2, it's Lazio home. Let's bring into the final 4 for the first time ever. Forza Brescia. Obviously Lazio right now in 2nd place. They're the closest title challenge to Roma. Mathematically speaking, but again, I can't see anyone catching Roma this year. I've been saying it for a while. They're just head and shoulders above everyone right now. 16 wins in 19 and not a single defeat in the first half of the season. Can't see anyone managing to take them out this year and win the title. Anyway, first highlight falling to Brescia. 7 minutes in, as Barbieri down the right-hand side rolls it into De Sisto, who finds Gavoni. The 2 teenagers through the middle of the park here linking up, and Basoli the vet says, "Come on, kids, give us the ball and let the old man have a play around," as Muri down left-hand side crosses and down Monte heads just wide the post. Still 0-0. Immobile to Lazzari, who gets around Nicola Muri and has space to whip it into the far post, which he does, and Locatelli somehow fails to get headed down from 5 yards out, as it is still goalless. Again, Lazio, I think the only team in this area we are yet to be in the save. I know we beat Inter Milan last year. I don't think there's anyone else we're yet to beat. It is just Lazio, which is kind of fitting really, because they were the first team we faced in the series and lost to them back in episode 1. We still can't manage to get past them just yet. 36 minutes into the game, Lazio looking for a chance here to get themselves in front, as Wendell finds Lazzari down the right-hand side, who, speaking of episode 1, was amazing in the episode series opener. Mola makes the save to prevent him, but Shiro Immobile turns in a rebound. Don't know what it is about Lazio, but we just can't stop them. Luis Alberto, oh, fabulous save by Mola from the free kick there, as he turns it behind for a corner. Yeah, thinking of the other teams in the Serie A, Lazio are the only team left to beat with Brescia. Everyone else we had at least 1 win against, but Lazio still yet to beat in the series. And as the half-time whistle is fast approaching, we're still down by a goal. I can't see us getting back in this game, as Lazio have an avalanche of chances towards the end of the first half. They've scored their second ball, who heads in the free kick, but Lionel's not moving. I think it's going to be disallowed for offside, and it is still 1-0. We're hanging on in there, but at the moment, Lazio, I think in the second half, they start off brightly. They'll run away with us. Meh, that's fine though, that's fine. Like I said, Juve on the weekend is far more important. You've been unlucky so far, let's not hamper our team's morale. And I might actually take off Esposito or Salcedo as well. In fact, Sebastiano is very frustrated. Let's take him off for the experienced big boy up top, Patagna. Yeah, Juve at home, far more important. Yeah, that is a game that we simply cannot afford to lose. Taste defeat in that one. Juve go 5 points clear, and we are in trouble with 18 games to go. I know there's a long way to go, but of course the head-to-head record is so crucial in this area. So, yeah, we can't afford a loss in that one. So this will end up being a loss, but again, I'm okay with that, man. I'm okay with that. Game on the weekend, far more important. 2 minutes to go. Still down by a goal. Nothing to report in the second half until now. Nicola down Monte down the right. Steps in field. Finds Basoli. And, I saw Borelli there all alone. He couldn't slide him through. But as Barbieri's cross is deflected, Basoli levers one from range. And the captain is dragging us into extra time with a thunderbolt. What a goal. Well, I mean, I've taken off Esposito. I've taken off Salcedo, thinking about Saturday afternoon. I've taken off Armini as well. But Dimitri Basoli, 29 years old, out of contract at the end of the season, does need to be pointed out. He's playing for an extension, otherwise the captain will be leaving us. As Gavoni's free kick is headed off the post by Del Monte. Flags up for offside, wouldn't have counted anyway. But what a finish to the game after a terrible second half, as it's still 1-1. Are we going into extra time, or is there going to be a winner? Dino pops it through to Immobile, and Mola makes a fabulous save. Was he offside? No, great stop. What an ending to the game, as that header is easily caught by our number one. And that should do it. I think we are heading into extra time. And we should be, and we won't be if Lazio score from this. Dino has space to shoot. Oh, it's got to be offside. Got to be offside. Surely. Lino's not moving. And again, another disallowed goal. Getting fortune on our side towards the end here. What a finish to this game, man. Seriously, a Basoli thunderbolt from range, forces extra time. We also hit the post, and there was a disallowed goal for offside as well. So extra time it is then, tied at 1-1. And let's see if we can pull off the impossible. Well, not the impossible, but the unlikely, and make it into the semis. I'm not going to be brave in extra time as well. Why not? Might as well. Again, I'm far more focused on the game on the weekend, so why not be brave? Why not go for it? Let's change our instructions up a little bit here. Get the ball on the ground. Actually keep the tempo high instead. And yeah, let's just make that one change there. So Cagney coming on, playing as an advanced playmaker to attack as well. Get involved as much as possible. And yeah, second half to begin. Quick little team talk to the boys. I'll say them here. Don't let this slip away from you now. We've been a better team. And just show it in extra time. I wouldn't say we have been a better team, but that's what I'm going to say anyway. Extra time begins, 1-1. And out of nowhere, I can't believe we're into extra time. Can we get ourselves a goal to get in front? Basoli can strike him. He can strike him. Oh, just wide. I don't know whether to give him a contract or not, really. Because I think the time has come now for Armini to take over and be club captain. He's going to turn 30 next month. Yeah, I think I might just let him go. I think I might just let him go, as he's captained us to one Serie A title, but now I think he should move on and go elsewhere, and Armini become club captain here. Anyway, from our free kick, Lazio on the counter. Luis Alberto takes over the halfway line, slides for Immobile. I think he's onside. I think Mura was playing him onside. And as his shot is blocked, Barbieri's in trouble. Oh, you gotta just hoof it, mate. Gotta hoof it. Huge last-ditch challenge, but what was that? I know we've got play out of defence on, but sometimes common sense needs to take over. Like, I'm glad you're listening to my instructions, but sometimes, mate, just come on, common sense. And Barbieri, again, dilly-dallying on the ball, gives it away. Alberto slides for Immobile, and that's a penalty, no doubt about it. If the play stops, it's a spot kick. Simple as that. Ciro Immobile with a chance to make it 2-1, and Lazio to get back in front. And more! Mola got a touch, couldn't keep it out. Lazio retake their lead, deservedly so. Getting on over here, 7 minutes to go, as Lazzari heads away that cross, but Borelli picks it back up here. As Muru, oh yes, puts it into the far post, header back across the middle, and Patagna makes it 2-2. Oh my word, another disallowed goal. Is that a third of the game? 2 for Lazio and 1 for us as well. Mura across to the back six. Cagney heads on, and yeah, it's definitely offside. 2 players were standing in offside position, and whilst Patagna converts from close range, it's correctly ruled out for offside. Incredible game here. Absolute thriller. But unfortunately, despite 2 hours worth of football, we are going to leave the Tim Cup of the quarterfinal for the second straight season. Great game though, fantastic match. Well, unlucky boys, it would be nice to win there, but it wasn't to be. The inconsistent run continues for Brescia, and we are still yet to reach the semi-finals of this competition. The game of the weekend, far more important though, far more important to me. Juve at home, if we can win that game, then I don't mind this defeat one bit. So moving on, second and final game, and after an incredibly tough run for Brescia, only winning 2 games in the month of January, now we're in February, let's start off with a big win here against Juve in a huge battle for Champions League football. 2 points behind Juve right now, cannot afford to lose this one as we begin the second half of this season. Hence the game will stick with the Gegenpress, but I must say I'm now starting to wonder Is it time for a new tactical system? I'll keep it in the Arsenal because we had so much success with it, plus the 5-2-1-2 as well, but I'm just thinking maybe, just maybe, we should try something new out in the second half of the campaign. So into the game, as you can see, Ordero's back in goal, and the back four is Emerson, Perola, Armini, De Pauli, with Sisto, Storari, and Viviani through the middle of the park. Salcedo and Franchi at the inside forwards, with Sebastiano up top, who lately has been struggling a little bit. On the bench, Mola, Sistana, Boniface, Papetti, Muri, Barbieri, Visoli, Gavoni, Zaccagni, Picardi, Del Monte, and Borelli. Second and final game, cannot afford a loss in this one for Brescia. Yeah, I think we'll be in trouble if we lose here, no doubt about it. Juve had a better head-to-head record, we'll be 5 points behind. I mean, we're not going to catch Roma regardless, but again, I really want us to stay in the top four, man. I won't be too gutted if we go into the Europa League, I won't mind that much, but Franchi just couldn't pull the trigger. There's a huge difference between the Europa League and the Champions League. I mean, there's a huge difference, man. I mean, there just is. You know, like, as much as I try and defend the Europa League, there is a massive gap between the two in terms of the quality and reputation of the competitions. Rabiot's through ball is blocked, but it'll come straight back to Juve as they look for their first chance. Danilo down the right hand side brings Emerson across, but beats the Brazilian-born Italian, and what a double save by Ordero on Paulo Dybala. 2 bites to the cherry for the Argentine, and Ordero makes a couple of fantastic saves to keep it at 0-0. Lately, I have noticed we've had a lot of goals conceded from rebound efforts. Haven't had much luck in that department, but still, great double save, still 0-0. Unlike the Lazio game, I can see this one being action-packed. As Salcedo heads it in to make it 1-0. He's come alive lately. 3 goals in 4 already. Brescia take the lead. I've said it quite often before as well, but I swear half the goals that Salcedo scores comes from Esposito crosses or through balls or layoffs. Like, his connection with Sebastiano is incredible, man. Like, if he's going to keep on being a regular goal scorer for us, or I should say go back to being a regular goal scorer for us, Sebastiano needs to get him involved, because that's the guy. Like, that's his wingman, you know, as Franchi finds Sebastiano, and away goes the number 9, looking to outpace his man. He's taken old team on himself. And Szczesny makes the easy save. Fantastic start to the game though, as I was anticipating. Eddie Salcedo forced back to Viviani as we look for a second goal. Fabio De Pauli strikes it just over the bar. Cracking beginning, only 16 minutes in, an abundance of chances, and yet another one here, this time for the visitors. Juve forced to go from right to left with Renan Lodi, who scored the game-winning Supercoppa, finding Rabiot down his left-hand side, back to the number 3 with space to whip it in. The left-back finds Rabiot again, beats one, shoots, and Ordero lets in at the near post. Fabulous goalkeeper, but some of the goals he concedes, they should be stopped. You know, for those who watched my Cardiff save last year, there's a goalkeeper that we had throughout pretty much the entirety of the save, other than the last season or two, that I think Ordero reminds me of a lot. You live by Onana, you die by Onana. Yep, that's Ordero, right? That's him. Oh, Salcedo makes it 2-1, and Eddie puts us back in front. Brilliant cross by De Pauli, and our number 7 bags race 4 in 4 now, and he's really picking it up, and to be fair, he needed to as well. It had such a poor season in the first half of it. Again, only a few goals, but now he's back on track. In fact, he scored half the goals he got for most of the first half of the season in the past 4 games alone. Great cross by Fabio, Eddie with the finish, Brescia back in front. Well, I would have taken a draw in this game, but based on the way we started it, in fact, I think we've got a target to win here. And going back in the top 4 and leapfrogging Juve, Storaro's corner, headed in by Sebastiano Esposito. And whether it's 20 grand a goal or 40 grand a goal, fact of the matter is, this guy deserves every single cent. Esposito would head it, it would be cent because I'm doing it in pounds. But either way, Storaro with the cross, Esposito heads it in, and it's 3-1 Brescia right before the break. I was going to make a joke about currency conversion, and then halfway through I forgot what the joke was going to be. Probably for the best at, considering my jokes are just absolutely awful. They're not even like dad joke level. They're like below dad joke level. They're like granddad joke level, if you know what I mean. Anyway, 3-1 up, and Esposito getting one to go with Salcedo's brace in the first half. 28 minutes to go, and this is what we needed, man. January was so tough. We only won 2 games all throughout January, and one of those was against Frosinone in the Serie B side in the cup. We needed this here, and as we lead by we lead by 2 goals. Sorry, my Siri just got activated there as we're still in front, but here come Juve. Armini cuts up the long ball towards Ronaldo, Ordero plays it forward. What we don't need here is to concede a goal with so much time remaining running on the clock. We let Juve back in, we'll struggle to contain them. As Storaro finds Eddie Salcedo, chasing the match ball and the champagne. Wonderful dribbling, finish not the best, still the lead is 2. I don't need you, Siri. I need the 3 points. Fabio De Paoli finds Viviani. And that's a lovely ball by Matteo. And Esposito almost beats Szczesny to the ball. And instead, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. How many times, man, just stand there, do a little call to your mate up north, and then up in the stands, and just award it. You know it's a spot kick. Just slows the game down a little bit. Because you know it's always going to be awarded. If occasionally it wasn't given, I wouldn't mind. But it's awarded 100% of the time if it's clearly inside the area. So just award it. You know it's going to be a penalty. Just award it because it slows the tempo of the game down. And Salcedo, oh, for God's sake, should have had the match ball and wrapped the points up as well. Straight at the Polish goalkeeper, still 3-1. Either side the goalkeeper, and we're 4-1 up and the game's over. Eddie Salcedo, he's one of those players that I think like every now and then, oh, well, right on cue, every now and then he just doubts himself, you know. He just doubts himself. Most of the time, he's got confidence, but every now and then, he doubts himself. 10 minutes to go, 3-1 up. I think we'll be okay, but that would have confirmed it. And if Juve get a goal now, we'll start to sweat a little bit. Storaro makes the tackle to win it back down. I fucking love Storaro. And as Franchi finds Eddie, he'll flick it on. And Sebastiano should have made it 4. If we don't win this game, only got ourselves to blame. Salcedo picks up the loose ball. We're going for it. We're going for the dagger. Sebastiano is tackled, but Sisto picks it up, and he's dispossessed, and here come Juventus. Paulo Dybala with one man to beat, and he has beaten him. He's left Storaro on the floor. He stepped inside. He's beaten Parola. Capaldi's shot is blocked, but his second one turned in, and Juve are right back in it. If we throw this away, we don't deserve the top 4. Okay, a couple of changes here. Dan Monte coming on down the right-hand side for Franchi, who's not played especially well. Basoli, captain's experience. We need that coming on for De Sisto, the young man, as well. As we try and close out the game. I think instructions as well. We're going to play at a much lower tempo. Keep the ball on the ground. Be more disciplined. If you need to hoof it, just hoof it. Come on, boys. About to enter stoppage time. 3 minutes to go. And this will be absolutely huge and a major momentum swing if we don't hold on to these 3 points here. Danilo sitting down the right-hand side. Emerson comes across, but Danilo crosses to the middle. There's Ronaldo! Who heads it just wide. Can we hang on? We're basically there. And we survive by the skin of our teeth. Goodness gracious me. Well, back on track, but let's be honest here. It certainly wasn't convincing, although it should have been. Missed a hatful of chances towards the end of the game, including Salcedo missing a virtual open goal with the header and a penalty as well. But young Brescia shine. We're back in the top 4, courtesy of a Salcedo brace, and there's Esposito bagging one as well as he continues his pursuit of the golden boot. And that means that Brescia now jump up to 2nd place in the table, though we were the early kickoff. So we'll process through Sunday's fixtures, and we'll do Mondays as well, and see how we're looking after match week 20. Obviously, as I mentioned before, because it goes head-to-head record before goal difference in the Serie A, you can't afford back-to-back losses against a team that you've been beaten by before, as the data analysis has been completed, in the second half of the season. As Lazio beat Crotone 3-0 there to leapfrog us and go in second. You can't afford to have back-to-back losses against a team that you're competing with for, be it European football or a title or just surviving in the division. You can't afford to lose them twice in a row because you'll always finish below them in their head-to-head record. And of course, we lost them on the season opener, so we needed that win there. Needed it. So here we go, Sunday's fixture's complete. Now we'll move on to Monday. Will we stay in the top 4? Or I know we will by default because we beat Juve. So yeah, well, we're guaranteed to be in the top 4 regardless. But as Napoli win, let's cut the gap as well. It is still incredibly tight in the race of Champions League football. So all the games kicking off in the evening. You got Inter at home to Bologna and Atalanta versus Milan in the 9 o'clock kickoff. Roma at home to Genoa. That should be a banker there at the Stadio Olimpico for 2 teams at the opposite ends of the table. So again, you know, Roma are going to run away with the title. There's no doubt about that. A 3-0 win there. But Bologna just went to the San Siro and there's a massive favour there with a 2-0 victory over Inter Milan. Didn't see that coming. And now for Atalanta versus Milan, Milan's winning run is halted by our rivals courtesy of a stoppage time winner. Typical. unbelievable, right? They were carrying so much momentum, and then the one time we needed them to win, they ended up losing. But that's it then. 20 games into the Serie A season, 18 games remain. We're back in the top 4, but it is incredibly tight. It's Roma's title to lose, we know that. 3 spots available for the Champions League next season, but right now, 4 teams separated by just a 1 point from us to Atalanta. It is still incredibly tight, and I'm sure it will be for the remainder of the season. But that was this episode of Club and Country, guys. So big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed. If you did, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and you know what? We're coming back for finally the first leg of the Champions League, first knockout round against Atletico Madrid at home, and then Napoli at home in a big battle in the Serie A as well. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country. Bring on Atletico very soon.